Hello everyone. In this lecture we will continue with JUnit 5 assertions and we will discuss about assert true method. So in JUnit 5 new assertions API came which provided the static assert true method. So this method helps us in validating that the value of supplied to it is true. So what it means, the actual value which we get from system under test, and when we pass to this assert true method, it asserts that whether it is true or not. So here if the actual value is true, then the test case will pass. And if the actual value is false, then the test case will fail. So friend, assert true method is mostly used where we want to check for a boolean value that whether it's true or false. Moving ahead, in JUnit 5 new assertions API, there are many overloaded assert true methods. So we'll discuss those methods one by one. So one static method is assert true. It simply takes in a boolean value and asserts whether it's true or not. The second assert true method takes in a boolean value and also takes in a message. So what this method does is, whatever the boolean value we have passed to this method, it asserts that whether it is true or not. So if the boolean value is true, the test case will pass. And if the boolean value is false, so the test case will fail. And when the test case will fail, along with assertion failed error, there will be a customized message which we have provided. The third overloaded method works the same. But instead of the string message, there is a functional interface supplier which actually supplies the message. So if the boolean value passed is true, the test case will pass, and if the boolean value passed is false, the test case will fail, and there will be a customized message along with the assertion failed error which will be supplied by this functional interface. So the only difference between these two methods is, in the third method, as this supplier is the functional interface, it gets lazily evaluated. So if the boolean value passed is true, this supplier interface is not evaluated. But if the boolean value is false, then only the supplier functional interface is evaluated and the string is supplied in the JUnit console as our customized message. But here in second method, this string message is evaluated every time. If the assertion is passed, this string message is not printed, but it is evaluated. And if the assertion is failed, then this string message is printed along with the assertion failed error. The fourth assert true method is pretty much same as the first method. The only difference is here we are providing a boolean value, but here we are providing a functional interface. So this functional interface is nothing but a boolean supplier. So when this boolean supplier is evaluated, it returns a boolean value. The only difference is we are using the Java 8 features inside this assert true method. The fifth assert true is also pretty much similar to the second one. Here the first parameter is boolean supplier which supplies a boolean value. And the second parameter is the customized string message which gets printed when the assertion fails. The last assert true method is pretty much similar to the third one, with the only difference is here there is a boolean condition and here we are providing a boolean supplier along with the supplier interface. So the functionality wise they work the same, and two basic differences are, using the supplier functional interface, we are lazily evaluating the string message, and using the boolean supplier, we are simply using the Java 8 features. So friends, now let's go to Eclipse and see the demo of assert true methods. So friends, in order to demonstrate various assertions method, first I will be creating few classes which we want to test. So in the src folder, I will first create a class by name book. So this book class will be our model class. I will keep it in a package as com.hoverspot JUnit 5 bookstore dot model. So this would be our model class. So inside this model class, as of now I will be creating only 3 properties. One would be say book ID. So this book ID will uniquely identify a particular book. Another would be the title of the book. And third property would be, let's say, publisher of the book. I will also generate the constructor. We'll do generate. And I will also generate the getters and setters. We'll select all and we'll do generate. So here book is our model class having 3 properties as book ID, title and a publisher, and have one constructor which takes in the book ID, title and publisher and its respective getters and setters. So friend, this is our model class. Now let's create a service class. Let's say I give a name to it as book service and I keep it in a service package because this is our service class. So inside this service class, what we will do, we'll create a list of books. We'll import the list and array list from java.util package, and we'll also import our book model. So inside this book service, I have created an instance variable list of books, and let's say I provide a method which add a book to this list. So the method name is add book. And this method takes in a book object and will simply add this book to the list of books. And let's say I provide one more method which will return this list of books. So let's say we return the unmodifiable list of books from this method. So in the collections class, there is unmodifiable list. So friends, in our book service, we have created an instance variable which will hold the list of books. We have created one method which will simply add a book to this list of books, which will return back this list of books. So friends, after creating the book model and the book service, now let's see the demonstration of how assert true works. So in our test package, we will create one test class, assert true demo. And let's say we keep it in a package as assertions dot assert true. So first here I will be creating one test method, public void. Let's say I give a name to it as assert true with no message. So I will be importing @test from awk.junit.jupyter.api. Now this is our test method. So friends, if we go to book service, we see there are two methods. So here, in order to test book service, we will first create instance of book service. We'll import book service. So friends, when we have created the instance of book service, we know that list of books is empty. So if we call book service dot books, so it will return us back a list of books. We'll import list from util package. We'll import book. So here, whatever the list will be written, it will be empty. Now let's say we want to test that whether this list of books is empty. So what we can do is, we can provide assert true, and to this method we can simply pass list of books dot is empty. So here you can see is empty method returns a boolean value, and we are simply passing it to the assert true method. We will import assert true from the assertions API. So friends, if I run the test now, so here you can see the test case got passed. So we expected that list is empty, and we verified it with assert true method that list was really empty because there was no book added to the list. So friends, let's say I create one book. I give it a name as Head First Java book. I give ID as 1. The name of the book as Head First Java. And let's say I give the publisher as Rocks. So this is the book which we have created here. And let's say I use the book service and I add this book. So friend, as soon as I have added this book, now when we will collect the list of books, we know that it's not empty. So if I run the test case now, so here you will see the test case got failed, and whenever a JUnit test case fail, it gives assertion failed error. So here you can see it says that in assert true method, whatever we passed, we were expecting a true value, but it was false because list of books is not empty. So therefore it failed the test case. So friend, this was one of the assert true method. Now we will see the demonstration of its overloaded methods. So let's say I just copy this part. So here I'll give the name as assert true with, let's say, a customized message. So here everything remains the same. This assert true method takes in a second parameter, which is nothing but our customized message. In case the test case fails, I want to simply output list of books is not empty. So if I run this test case, so here you can see assert true with message, test case got failed, but it failed with a customized message which we provided here, that list of books is not empty. Here expectation was true but was false. So this was the second overloaded method of assert true. Now we'll see the demonstration of third overloaded method. So I'll give the name to this test as assert true with message supplier, because here we will be using the supplier interface to provide this customized message. So the only change we do here is we simply provide a lambda expressions like this. So this customized message gets evaluated whenever the test case fails. So this is like a lazy evaluation, and if I run the test case, the output will be the same what we saw before. It gives the same message as list of books is not empty. So now let's see the fourth overloaded method of assert true. So here what we saw, the three overloaded method, the other three are very much similar to these three, with the only difference that now it takes a boolean supplier. So here I will just copy the first test case and I'll give the name as assert true with boolean supplier and no message. So assert true remains as it is. The only difference comes here is instead of providing a boolean value, we provide a lambda expression which is nothing but a boolean supplier. So this functional interface returns a boolean value and it works the same. So if I run the test case, you see it failed, saying expected was true but was false because list is not empty. And similarly, I'll just copy this so I give the name as assert true with boolean supplier and message. So here in this test case, the message is already given. The only change we do is we simply provide a boolean supplier and it works the same. So it gives assertion failed error with our customized message, the list of books is not empty. And the last overloaded method is very much similar to this test. So I give the name as assert true with boolean supplier and a message supplier. So here message supplier supplies the message and a boolean supplier will supply the boolean condition for us. So it would be the lambda expression. So both the values will take in a function interface. First takes is a boolean supplier which supplies a boolean value, and the second is a message supplier which supplies the message in a form of string. So if I run the test case, so it works the same. It prints the customized message as list of books is not empty. Expected was true but was false. So here we saw that all the test cases got failed because we have added one book and the list of books is not empty. So if I just comment this line of code in all the test cases, And if I run all the test cases now, you see all the test cases got passed, because now actually the list of books is empty because we haven't added any books. So friends, in this tutorial we discussed about the assert true method and its overloaded methods. We saw how we can use it in our test cases. I hope you like this video. Thanks, have a nice day.